Andre,
Big Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing just fine, and we've got football. What's that? We've got football.
Pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Snuck up on us like never before.
It's wow, yeah, throwback right there.
Love that.
Love to see it. And yeah, the boys are heating up a little bit this week. 4-2 yesterday. I mean, that's like I don't know, that's just par for the course for us.
Yeah, and honestly, Ryan, one of the more gripe-worthy 4-2s. We really should be 6-0. I mean, KD. I think the U.S. had 66 points like in the third, and he was at 23. Like he had 23 very, very early. Not one trip to the stripe, nothing to get over that hump and clear you with the 25. And then Luca got injured and his wrist was hurt, so he couldn't shoot it. So he was basically there just to facilitate, and they still lost by 1 or 2 points to France and on a Batum last second block. So really
So
clearing that spread, if we don't have an unfortunate injury, would have been easy breezy.
they're done.
They're done. They're done.
Wow.
Bronze medal game with Australia, who lost to the U.S.
And then the U.S. plays France for the gold.
The rematch, Ryan. Yes, it's a big one. Can't wait to preview that one tomorrow.
With all due respect to anyone who may be from there's a lot of countries I'm down to lose to. France is not one of them.
Especially after having lost earlier in the tournament.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. No, and I'm happy to report I was all in on Team USA when they were down 15 yesterday. Could never get better than minus 195 value on that money line.
Minus 195 while down 15.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, DraftKings is dialed when it comes to USA men's basketball.
It's just too early. Yep.
All right, let's jump in here to the big three. We've got a couple other things. All right, well, we're moving quick. There you go. There's your big three.
Yeah, okay. So let me start with the U.S. women's basketball. I hate to do this to our Serbian listeners, but Serbia in the final, I think they passed their biggest obstacle in Australia. And here's the thing about these two U.S. basketball national teams coming in as heavy favorites, not necessarily clearing some massive spreads early, and now in the knockout stages really showing up. What I had forgotten is a lot of these other teams have had the benefit of qualifying tournaments, of having played together for one reason or another prior to this. The U.S. players really haven't, and have just been playing for their team. So I think it's taken a little longer to get things in gears, but now we're really seeing it. The U.S. whooped Australia. With all due respect to Serbia, who's had an amazing run, I think this is going to be a 20-point win. Cleveland, Toronto, Yurfi. Toronto had hottest team in the first inning the last 3 games, going well over 2.3. The Yurfi hitting the last 3 times they've taken on the Indians. And I forget what they're called these days. The Cleveland baseball team.
Guardians.
The Guardians. Thank you, Ryan. I had blanked completely that happened. And the 2 pitchers in this game are putrid. I hope we can still say that word. And then Dallas, Pittsburgh, Hall of Fame game. Ryan, go. Over 33. That line is closed because it's moved to 32.5. So the juice isn't going to quite be as nice. The people are hammering the under, and they're hammering the under because in the last 10 years, Ryan, and forget COVID, even for like weather reasons, this game has been canceled as often as the over has hit. It's just one of those classic low-scoring games. I think the trend will stop here with Dallas, Pittsburgh, so many injuries to Dak and Big Ben the last couple of years that their backup quarterbacks are actually pretty well tested. Both very deep wide receiving cores, which I think will help. And I just need one team to go over 20. I love that everyone's hammering the under. I think it's an unconventional over in the first preseason of the year.
So Hall of Fame game, literally the worst sporting event I've ever been to in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been to some.
That's saying a lot, my man.
Yeah, yeah. There's a reason I'm not in Canton this year. No, actually, Mace is in Canton taking care of us out there this year. But as Zach Castro points out in the comments here, I didn't actually fall asleep. I almost fell asleep in the press box of the 2019 Hall of Fame game. I was on my way there. There was traffic to the stadium. I thought I would have time to hit Starbucks. Did not have time to hit Starbucks. Thought to myself, oh, well, I'm sure there'll be coffee in the press box. No coffee in the press box.
Wow.
And then the Broncos and some other team, I don't even remember who, went on to put on one of the worst football displays I've ever seen. Kevin Hogan got Theo Riddick killed.
Right.
Kevin Hogan just playing is an abomination in itself.
Yeah, that's so true.
And then actually the ending was very exciting. It must have been, was it Brett Rippon? It must have been Brett Rippon to Juwan Winfrey in the back corner of the end zone to win. So I guess that maybe there's probably got to be something I've seen worse. But anyways, Hall of Fame games, one of the worst products that exists because it's an extra preseason game for those two teams. Yeah. And coaches hate when things are different. So they're going to be uber conservative. With that being said, Dre, I love your pick on the over. Why? Because almost every quarterback that will play in this game has NFL quarterbacking experience.
Yes, Ryan. Yes.
Dak Prescott, Garrett Gilbert, Ben DiNucci, and Cooper Rush. I can't remember if Cooper Rush has actually played in an NFL game, but I'm pretty sure the Cowboys had to use all of their quarterbacks last year.
Bro, Gucci DiNucci as a third stringer? Are you kidding me? That's the money maker right now, dude. The Johnny Manziel. Exactly. Cash in. Yeah.
Then Ben Roethlisberger, Mason Rudolph, Dwayne Haskins, Josh Dobbs.
Dobbs.
I know.
Fourth stringer. This is great stuff, Ryan.
While the Broncos were trotting out Kevin Hogan and Brett Rippon in that game, these are actually players that people have heard of before the game goes live. So I love your pick. Both teams have a lot of offensive weaponry that I think will help them score some points. And that's a good segue into my pick for this game. I'm going Steelers money line. I just love that lineup. Roethlisberger probably won't play at all. Rudolph, Haskins, Dobbs. That is a really good Hall of Fame game slate of quarterbacks. And again, then you look at the fourth string running back for the Steelers is Jalen Samuels. They just got a lot of solid talent out there. The only thing that worries me, and the thing that I absolutely know nothing about, is the depth linemen for these teams. The quarterback, is only as good as their depth linemen. But I still feel really good about the Steelers lineup of quarterbacks, which again is just not a Hall of Fame game lineup. It's a legit lineup.
Right, and all fighting for their football lives. I like that. Plus, the Cowboys' defense has always stunk. So I'm with you.
Exactly. All right, moving on in my big three here. We have Rockies money line. Again, last night was an aberration. The Rockies are absolute nails, so that would make them 17-5 as home favorites this year, with the win on whatever day that was, Monday or Tuesday, and the loss yesterday. That means that we're going to see it swing back to the mean today. By the way, did you know that Jake Arrieta was still on the Cubs?
I didn't. I didn't. I think that's a roundabout return of sorts.
Yes, it is. Yeah, he left and came home. So he's starting for them today. And then you've got Senza on the mound for the Rockies. I actually think conventional wisdom tells you this is going to be a high-scoring game. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to see a low-scoring game. I actually have a pre-made, just throw it in the oven and let it cook, same-game parlay ready to roll out for this game.
Wow.
And
wow.
Yep, exactly. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute here. But yeah, I like the Rockies money line, and then I like the Giants money line. Now I am taking the cheese here.
Yes.
They've got Alex Wood on the mound. They're going up against the lowly D-backs. The D-backs are at home. The Giants only minus 170 on the money line. They are dangling the cheese. I'm saying Alex Wood is going to dazzle that D-backs lineup. It's not going to matter. They're going to win 4-1.
Love it. With my 50% boost, the Gaussman was on the mound yesterday, so I took the old run line on the Giants against the D-backs, and it cleared.
Yeah, I
Scherzer boost as well.
I used my 25% boost on the under in the first 5 of the Rockies, and that hit.
Love it.
Also, should have hit comfortably because it was under 6.5, I believe. And then Tapia drops that ball off of the wall that scores 3, or else the Rockies win that game comfortably yesterday.
Okay, and if that happens, your SGP, your Safemans that you gave out yesterday, would have hit.
Yeah, plus 475.
Ah, man. But the Rockies lose with a great outing from JG.
Great outing.
Yeah.
He's in his bag. I told you, he wanted to be in purple. He got his wish, and now he's going to reward the Rockies. Andre, not nearly enough is being made of how good John Gray is at Coors Field this year. Do you know what opposing batters are hitting against John Gray at Coors Field this year?
No. Lay it on me.
It's one of the most absurd stats I've ever heard. 169.
Get out.
Yes. John Gray holding opposing batters to 169 at Coors Field this year. It's the best in history.
That's incredible. I mean, really, I think, Marquez and Gray, you could argue the two best pitchers in Rockies history. That, we're like a season of this at this pace away from that, truly.
Yep. Oh, hello, Allie.
Allie, you are muted, but we say hello to you. Fantastic. Ryan, good stuff. You going to that game? No, he's not.
No. Also, John Gray currently, based on some advanced metric that they were talking about on the Cubs broadcast last night, third best slider in all of baseball.
Boy, sometimes you just come with the baseball knowledge that blows my mind.
A lot of information out there. Sometimes
it's true.
Just soak it up and regurgitate it. All right, let's give a shout out to our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. Have you seen the updated rankings, Andre?
They are number one. It's been confirmed by a large, lofty margin. Lofty
margin, number one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when the leader in the golf tournament goes out the next day and shoots 8 under, them rolling out same game parlays. It's just over. No one has a chance anymore.
It's like when Katie Ledecky in an Olympic final is lapping some of the other competitors.
Yes. A sad state of affairs for all of DraftKings competitors.
Yes.
Yes. Indeed. By the way, that Rockies game, good point from our friend Adam here. Rockies game starting in 18 minutes. So don't hesitate.
Wow. The no hesi, put down RK's bets and go.
Yes. Also, my computer is running very low on battery, so let's get working here. DraftKings Sportsbook, you can get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 when you use the code DNVR. Of course, you must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Bonus comprised of first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each of $500. The deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough and restrictions to apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Okay. I'm being handed a charger.
Legendary.
So we won't have to worry about that any longer.
There's an outlet out there?
Oh yeah, bro.
Okay, because I was truly concerned because it's the first time we're like a cooking show, as you alluded. We're doing this segment now, but you pre-recorded going out and baking an SGP ahead of time. For some reason, he's shaking his head no, but I think we've got power and all as well.
No, we don't. That's why I was shaking my head. We actually recently had the maintenance team come try to fix this outlet. It wasn't working.
Maintenance team.
And it's still not working. No, we'll work on that later. Anyways, we gotta work quicker here. Okay.
Okay. What'd
Where
you
were we?
pre-cook
Oh,
SGP? There you go. There you
let's go. Pre-cooked SGP already entered.
go. Exactly.
Already bought.
Wagered on.
Already
Yes.
wagered on. There you go. And boy, am I excited for this one. It feels like it can't miss. All right, we've got Rockies money line.
Let's go.
Brendan Rodgers to get a hit.
Okay.
Raimel Tapia to get a hit.
Ooh, my faves.
Ryan McMahon to get a hit.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful.
Patrick Wisdom to get a hit. He's been a hot bat for the Cubs.
Oh my God. Yeah, he did some research.
And then finally, this is the one that puts it over the top, gives us some really good odds here. Under 9.5 total runs. Under 9.5 total runs. That comes out, that 6-way parlay comes out to plus 1,100.
Under 9.5 total runs.
A little baby beluga for you.
Wait, it's a 6-wayer, yeah?
Yeah, 6-way plus 1,100.
Oh, I took the team under. I don't want that. I want a total under in general. Okay, Ryan. Love this. Love that you came pre-cooked. And really, I think NFL-wise, the play here is combining that money line with the over. I think that's the play.
Ooh, that'll be fun. I'll get in on that.
And, Gucci Danucci will scare us. Gucci Danucci will scare us. Actually, that's odds boosted. Steelers and the over, I believe.
Is odds boosted?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think the over still at 3.5, which I'm fine with. I need one team to go over 20. That's really all.
Yes.
All that's
boosted over 33.5. Steelers to win, boosted at plus 290.
Okay.
Wow, you can get. This is how much faith they have in that over hitting. Both teams to score a touchdown in the first half, boosted at plus 190.
In the first half, I love that.
I kind of like it too, but it feels like they know something we don't.
Well, they're throwing out some cheese for us, but that's life.
Fair enough. All right, tomorrow we'll have UFC to talk about. Oh, by the way, I think Bryson DeChambeau is going to win this golf tournament. Don't be scared away by some of the early low scores. He's hitting the ball straight, and when he does that, he's very, very dangerous. So keep an eye on Bryson.
You think so, huh?
Yep.
Okay. I'm keeping my eye out. I'm dialed. I'm putting in all these games because I never know when an early wager is coming our way. All right, Ryan.
All right.
I think we did it.
That's that. We'll be back tomorrow. Plenty more. Get that pre-cooked SGP in the oven right now.
Yes.
And just let it cook all day. It's a slow roast. When you get off work, you'll have a nice meal ready for you.
I mean, the game's starting now, so you better put it in now, guys.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we'll catch you guys later.